Hi, this is Donna. Welcome to DD Paper Crafts. In today's video, we're going to be making this lidded gift box. The box is 4 inches across at the widest point, 2.5 inches at the bottom, and it's 5 inches high. It's quick and easy to put together, so let me show you how I made it. If you want to make a box the same size as mine, you'll start with 4 pieces of cardstock, which are for the carton, and these are 4.5 by 5.5. On all 4 pieces along the 5.5 inch side, score at half. Rotate the piece so the 1/2 inch tab is at the bottom and make a pencil mark at 4 inches. Rotate the piece 180 degrees so the tab is now at the top, and you're going to score at 1.25 down to the horizontal score line and 3.75 down to the horizontal score line. Fold and burnish the 1/2 inch tab. Now, either using a stylus and ruler or within your scoreboard, I'm going to score from the 4-inch pencil mark down to the top of the score line at the bottom, like so. Take your trimmer or you can use scissors. I'm going to line my score line up with the 1/2 inch mark on my guillotine, and I'm going to cut away the excess to create a glue tab. Rotate the piece, and I'm now going to cut from the top of this score line down to this bottom right hand corner, and you can cut through the 1/2 inch score line at the top. Fold and burnish along the score lines. Cut a wedge away from the top edge. Remove the bottom right hand square and then cut a wedge from the end of the side glue tab. Remove your pencil marks, and we're now going to glue our 4 pieces together. Take your chosen adhesive and add it to the long side glue tab and join up your 4 pieces. I'm going to flip the piece over and just burnish down the tabs. Add glue to the last glue tab and join up the box. So this is our box base. For the base, you'll need a piece which is 2.5 by 2.5. Fold in your base glue tabs. Add glue to the top of the tabs and sit the base piece on top. Flip the box over and go in and burnish down the tabs. We're now going to make the lid. What you may want to do is decorate the sides of the box now and add your DSP before you calculate the size for the lid. What I'm going to do is take a strip of scrap cardstock, which is the same cardstock I've been using, lay it along the top edge of one of the sides because I need to take into consideration my score lines and also the fact that we may all be using different thickness card. I could cut my strips to 4 inches long, but they may not necessarily fit, so I'm going to take a few extra seconds to line my strip up to the corner, line it up along the top of the edge of the carton, fold round the piece at the corner and make a pencil mark at the corner. It may be 4 inches, it might be slightly over, and my pencil mark is just the other side of the 4 inch. It's not even 4 1/16, but it is slightly beyond the 4 inches. So for the lid, you'll need 4 pieces, which are the width of your box plus 1/2 inch for a glue tab times 2.5 inches. I'm actually going to cut mine to 4.5 inches plus a millimetre. How's that for mixing imperial and metric? Along the 2.5 inch side, score at 1/2 and 2, and along the 4 inch side, score at 1/2. Rotate 180 degrees so the tab is now on the right, and within the top 1/2 inch tab, score at 1.25 and 2.75 down to your score line. Fold and burnish along the score lines, and on each piece we're going to score from the bottom of this score line here at 2 3/4 of an inch down to the corner here where the score lines intersect. Use your stylus and ruler or your scoreboard, whichever you feel comfortable with. I'm going to line the score line that we've just made up with the 1/2 inch mark in the guillotine, and I'm going to create a side glue tab. Rotate the piece, and I'm now going to cut from the end of the 1 1/4 inch score line diagonally to the end of the cardstock here. Before you burnish your diagonal score lines, you've got this small square in the bottom corner. Cut up the score line to the start of the diagonal and then burnish. So that will leave you with this square glue tab. I'm going to flip that out of the way, cut down the straight score line to remove this section, and then remove the diamond shape at the top. So I'm creating a top glue tab and a side glue tab and a glue tab for the lid. And then just cut a wedge from the bottom of the small glue tab. Take your pieces, add your glue to your small glue tab and your diagonal glue tab, and join up your lid pieces. Here's our lid, which fits nicely on the top of the box. Now, obviously you can change up the size of this piece or indeed the box base. You might want to have a longer portion on the lid. Both the box base and the lid is very versatile just by changing the size of the pieces and the score and cut lines. Now all we need to do is add our square onto the top. You might want to have your square, it's exactly fits on the top, or you might want to have it slightly bigger, depending on the look you're going for. My square is slightly bigger and I've cut mine to 1 3/4 square. Add glue to the glue tabs at the top. By having a slightly bigger square, it does hide anything at the top if your pieces don't quite meet. Secure my square onto the top. Once that's lined up, remove the lid, flip the lid over and burnish the tabs. So that's essentially our box, which is now ready for decoration. Here's my decorated box. I've added DSP onto all of the sides and onto the lid. I haven't decided what I'm going to do on this top bit here, so I've just left that. The lid sits on really nicely, and overall I'm really happy with how the box has come out. I hope you've enjoyed today's project. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel, and until next time, thanks for watching.